Warning, this video may contain spoilers and a close-up image of my face.
Kid Jack Bauer.
Is Oblivion an unofficial sequel to War of the Worlds, or is this a propaganda film for the Scientology movement? Find out today on Movie Reviews with Goatee and the Stache. Hello boys and girls, welcome to the second edition of Movie Reviews with Goatee and the Stache. I'm one of your hosts, Don DeGroot, aka Goatee, and this of course as always is Justin Miller, the Stache.
What's up?
Today we're going to be talking about, as per mentioned in the opening, Oblivion, the new film with Tom Cruise and director... You didn't write down the director's name.
Yeah, I did. It's on the last one.
Joseph Kosinski?
Yeah.
Professional, I know. Joseph Kosinski's new film, once famous for Tron Legacy, which didn't do as well as some people had hoped it would. A lot of people put that movie down.
It's a very enjoyable film, though.
Yeah, very, very visual.
You can definitely tell the same guy directed that.
Yeah, there was a lot of visual in this movie.
Very pretty film to look at.
But yeah, so is Olivia Wilde, for that matter.
Oh, Tron Legacy.
Tron Legacy. Yeah.
Okay.
You said good. Never mind. Anyways, well, let's get into this. First of all, was this Tom Cruise's first film since
Jack Reacher.
Oh yes, Jack Reacher. Yes, I forgot about. I did not see that one.
I heard it's actually better than it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Just the name is Jack Reacher, which is ridiculous.
Sounds like an ambiguously gay character in a porn movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, let's go ahead and start with Tom Cruise himself in this movie.
He's never bad in anything.
Yeah.
I don't think outside of maybe Magnolia, he's ever been great in anything.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, he does a serviceable job.
Yeah, it's like you go into a movie with Tom Cruise and you're obviously stuck on the thought of his strange personality, you know, the Scientology and stuff like that. So it kind of distracts you from what's usually a pretty solid performance.
Mm-hmm. I feel like he has a writer in his clause where, to the extent, or Will Smith, I think, has one where if he can't smile like a jackass for half the movie, he's not going to do it. And I don't think Tom Cruise, if he doesn't have 8 women fighting over him, he won't do a movie.
Oh yeah, and that was definitely the case in this movie, including two lady protagonists, even though one did kind of...
Two of the only ladies on Earth.
Yeah, only 2 women on Earth, and they
Basically.
both won them. The first is Andrea Riseborough.
And the other is Olga Kurylenko from Quantum of Solace.
Quantum of Solace,
which is a turd.
Yeah, which for a James Bond movie definitely wasn't real great.
D. Craig's is still awesome.
But she was also in Hitman, and if any of you know that movie...
It's also a turd.
It's a turd, but it does have some highlights. She was quite... let's just say she was dang good in that. Alright, I put that dynamite stick out. But I did like that movie because of Timothy Olyphant.
Timothy Olyphant's awesome. Hey, I wish Justified was better.
Really?
I can't get into it. It's
I
just bored to me.
have like the first 3 seasons on DVD.
I do too. And
I'm only in the 2nd season.
It just kind of lost me.
Yeah.
But I mean, it took 3 seasons to lose me. It's not like The Following, where I made it about halfway through and realized that was a turd.
Yeah. So anyways, let's get back on.
It's a turd 85 times already.
Yeah. Get back to it. And this movie has a low cast because obviously it's like a post-apocalyptic Earth. Apparently an alien race has come to the Earth, and to fight them back, they nuke everything. And so
more or less mutually assured destruction.
Yeah, the world is in ruin, and there's very, very little of anything left. And basically the plot of the movie is Tom Cruise's character Jack, real stretch there for another name, huh? Is a part of a 2-person team. The other being Andrea Riseborough's character, the redheaded woman you might see in the trailers. who, by the way, we couldn't find anything that she was in, so this may be her first real movie. She may have been in some smaller stuff. What was her character's name?
Victoria.
Victoria, yes, Victoria. And basically what they're doing is guarding these hydrogen...
hydrogen tanks that are taking the water out of the
Yeah, because they're making energy, basically, from ocean water.
And repairing those badass droids.
Yeah, and
those
the droids.
were awesome.
The droids were very much a character in this movie.
Probably the best character in the movie.
The best character.
And that's not a knock on anybody else, because everybody's pretty serviceable in it, but those droids were awesome.
Yeah, it was...
Just shooting at that dog in Giant Stadium.
Oh, that was kind of making me like, oh, not cool. And speaking of the Giant Stadium scene, we have one of the
Giants.
more... Go Giants. Anyways, one of the more ridiculous moments in this movie is Tom Cruise.
He's just a bland guy, and then all of a sudden, Yankee hat.
Yeah, he puts on a Yankee
I'm
hat.
just a normal guy like you. I'm Tom Cruise. I'm one of the guys. I like ladies and
yeah.
sports.
Yeah. And one of the points in the movie that they make early on is that their memories have been wiped. So clearly he found this hat and chose to wear it. And so,
everything is wiped but his love of the Yankees.
Yeah, apparently. And this is like the second movie I've seen where he puts a Yankee hat on.
And slow and dramatic.
Yeah, like it's
really make a point.
Like it needed its own music, you know.
That was even a point in the stupid trailer that he was putting on. He has a Yankee hat on.
Yeah.
By the way, don't judge this movie on the trailer, because I thought this movie was going to be awful.
Oh,
that trailer was terrible.
Yeah, and I want to apologize to the makers of this film. We totally went into this thinking it was going to suck.
Oh, yeah.
And we were fully
Hardcore.
prepared to make fun of it. I even had already planned out a line, you know, not even God could save this, a.k.a. Morgan Freeman, to use in this video. But in this case, I just told you about it, and that's the only sense in which I get to use it. But
the post-apocalyptic landscape was amazing, too. Ruined Pentagon and New York and everything that they showed.
Yeah, it was amazing
really awesome.
How everything, like...
Ruined
buried.
DC.
Yeah.
It was very, very stark, and I feel like it was probably more realistic than most post-apocalyptic movies, because there's just a few kind of touchstone monuments where you can realize where it's at.
Yeah.
Instead of, it's the ruined city, and it's all... It's not like I Am Legend.
Yeah, where it's just overgrown brush and
and
mutated
tigers,
vampire things, and lions and bears. Oh my!
This was filmed in Iceland.
Iceland,
Mm-hmm.
which coincidentally is not ice.
It's basically a post-apocalyptic Earth.
Yeah, nobody's there. So anyways, so our plot line here is, of course, they're reclaiming it, and they had won the battle against the aliens. And as we mentioned, there are spoilers here, but we're going to try and keep it to a minimum.
As they say 50 times, they won the battle, but they lost the planet.
Yeah. So basically, it also feels as if this is like a warning to, governments. It's like, well, nuclear war is not the answer, you know, because this is what could happen. Tom Cruise will rule the world. But apparently, in the storyline, they're led to believe that everybody's escaped to a moon of Jupiter, which
called Titan.
Titan.
Titan,
I think so. Titan, and so they're the only two there reclaiming, protecting.
And they make a big deal that they can't go in the infected zone because there are a few places on the planet that are still nuclear.
Yeah, too much radiation, it'd kill them. But we also see in this movie Morgan Freeman.
Steampunk Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see all those characters kind of reveal themselves, that they're still around, and that Morgan Freeman's their makeshift leader, former military member.
His right-hand man, Nikolai Coster-Waldau. Jamie Lannister from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I may have audibly said Jamie when I saw him on screen.
I do recall you mentioning that and saying Game of Thrones, and I went, ah. Because I myself have not seen any of Game of Thrones because we don't have HBO at my house. Or anything else for that matter.
My cable bill's ridiculous.
I imagine it is. But acting-wise, this movie had a strong cast, surprisingly. For such a limited cast, even the woman who was more obscure, Andrea Riseborough, she conveyed all the right emotions at the right time. Even when the character Olga Kurilenko, what was her name? You remember, don't you?
Oh God, no, I don't.
The female character that they find, when she come in, she definitely gave this, a strong performance of protecting hers, because she's obviously in a relationship with Tom Cruise's character Jack.
She says Katie Holmes.
Yeah, Katie Holmes. Should we reveal much more plot line or just?
I think he gets kidnapped by Morgan Freeman and Jamie Lannister, and then it kind of escalates from there.
Yeah, basically
they're scavengers living underground.
Yeah, and they're trying to survive on the planet, and they don't want their resources being sucked away. So their plan is to destroy the large base that's up in the atmosphere to stop.
The TED is what it's called. Yeah. Their base. That's basically their mission control when they're on Earth, and then it zooms them back to Titan, I guess.
Yeah. So they wanted to stop that. So that's kind of the thing, the plot line.
He wanted to get Tom Cruise to put a bomb in the drone and send
just
it back
to blow
up
it up and end it.
Just suicide bomb it.
Yeah. So, anyways, back to the acting. Good acting. Morgan Freeman, great. Tom Cruise, pretty good. Better than I've seen in a while. Although he's clearly aged a bit.
Yeah.
I kind of touched on this in our last video on Harrison Ford, but even though I understand, Tom Cruise is a heartthrob, he could have done with less shirtlessness in this movie because his droopy man boobies were kind of distracting me.
Yeah, Tom Cruise can always do his less shirtlessness.
Yeah.
Him and Matthew McConaughey both.
Yeah. Matthew McConaughey is probably going to have to give up on that pretty soon. I mean, he's getting older.
Older or not, I just don't want to see shirtless Matthew McConaughey running around.
Yeah. But for the most part, I enjoyed the story. I liked the twists that were involved in it. I liked
a lot of twists.
Yeah, a lot of twists. It wasn't as obvious as you would think it might be.
And they weren't contrived like an M. Night Shyamalan movie. They felt like they made sense.
Yeah.
It was just a good sci-fi movie.
Because I watched it thinking, at some point, I went, well, maybe this is what it is, what's going on. And then, you kind of get the feeling, but you're not sure. And then the reveal moment, you're like, yeah. And I love that this movie is a PG-13 movie. And
yeah, it was, wasn't it?
And within the realms of the PG-13, you could say the word fuck once.
As long as it's not in a sexual connotation.
And they used it like right at the end of the movie.
So perfectly.
In a perfect moment. So look for that. It's great.
The end of the movie will probably also, if you've seen it, remind you of 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Oh yeah, that's another movie classic I haven't seen by Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, Kubrick.
Yeah. So anyways, as far as our rating system goes, Justin?
I'd give it a solid A. I really liked it. I saw 2 movies last week, that and Place Beyond the Pines, and they were both probably my favorite movies of the year so far.
For me, I think I'll just go simple this week, and I give it a 4.5 out of 5. It was a pretty good movie. Definitely recommend seeing it if you haven't seen it already.
Also, personal recommendation, Place Beyond the Pines. That's really good. He didn't see it. I saw it. I had nothing else to do. I wasn't really thinking it would be great, but I'd heard good things. Really solid crime drama.
All right. In the future, we are still discussing whether or not we're going to do Pain and Gain. One of us has seen it already and wasn't thrilled with it, so we may skip that movie and just wait for Iron Man 3, which I am stoked about. So look for that in the near future.
Early reviews are saying it's better than the Avengers, so.
I hope so. There's going to be some strong acting in there, which is nice to have in a superhero movie.
Paltrow dies. Also in the movie.
Yes. Anyways, well, we want to thank you again for watching. This has been Movie Reviews with Goatee and Stache. I'm Don DeGroot.
And I'm Justin Miller.
Thanks for watching. Stay frosty.
Go Bulls.
Top balls.
Top Bulls.
Top balls.